just feel like I was all laid back. Peace, love, love. I am at work. I'm just enjoying this beautiful day. My office is my car. I go out into the community. I meet clients. I work in community mental health, which is really good. I like to go out into people's spaces, homes. Sometimes they don't have homes, and try to create some type of normalcy, some type of healthy normalcy for them through learning new skills. My specialty, y'all know, is all about health and wellness and really just finding joy through our daily lives. And even in spaces where it looks like homelessness and I don't have a clear path, I like to provide some type of joy. I just sat with a client and we colored. That was while she was talking about letting go of her mother that passed. We just sat and colored. I like connecting with people on real levels, but that wasn't really why I wanted to get on here. I think I'm gonna just start doing these little vlogs because my mind goes and I'm in the moment, and sometimes I like to talk things out. And I was just listening to this podcast, the All Heart podcast. I love these women. They feel like they're so vibe, so tribe. But just they were talking about a few things, talking about black wealth and what that looks like from a capitalist system, white system, and how we're trying to create a different model. And there's really so many of us that's trying to figure out how to do that without having to depend on the white hands to write us checks. And that's one of the things that I wanted to say struggle, but lately it hasn't really been a struggle. It's been a creative process. I tend to look at everything as art. I really like to look at the bright vibrancy and colors and lines and emotions in things, and I look at that in my own process and path towards wealth and walking in wealth and my relationships and wealth and my finances and wealth and my health and what that model looks like for me is adapting or recalling, should I say, a lot of the ancient practices, but also educating myself on the financial literacy of the way that capitalism has been built for years, and how can I realign that with my own values? How can I figure out how to get in my own magic key, to a space that I know is just for me, a path that I know that is just for me. But then also, how can I figure out how to articulate that everyone can do the same, so that it creates a shift in consciousness around wealth, and especially financial wealth, so that there are no more gatekeepers. That's the shift. The shift in consciousness, the shift in frequency would be for a lot of these gates to fucking just come the fuck down and break the fuck open and not stand still. And I really believe that that's, a lot of what we're doing right now is we are breaking down a lot of these systems that have created fences and gates and have kept people out. So my work is all about access, basically. Even, in my 9 to 5 and the community work that I do, it's about access. I love it because I guess to reach people that wouldn't come outside of their homes to access the things that they need to do in order to like have some type of normalcy for their life, or some type of healthy normalcy for their life. And believe me, that access still needs to be more accessible to others, especially people of color. And I am doing work around that as well, about what that looks like. Again, breaking through those barriers, because even though, you know, there are like state and government funded systems that are set up to have access to like mental health care, it's still controlled by people that don't want people to have access to it. So I'm just vibing, just in my thoughts, enjoying my ride, steady checking in with you all, and really wanting to do more authentic connections. I am being more authentic in my connections. I like to speak things out loud, because it puts that sound vibration out into the world, into the universe. That okay, and it gives me clarity, and it bounces back clarity. It bounces back, you know, whether or not that sounds affirming or that sounds restrictive. So sometimes I'm just gonna do this randomly. Disclaimer, I guess. So I lay back. You probably can't see much of me because the bright sun. Peace. I'll check in later.